By the time the Beatles disbanded, Paul McCartney and John Lennon were no longer close. Tensions had been escalating for some time, culminating in Paul's decision to leave the band in 1970. The years that followed saw a public feud between the two, with each channeling their frustrations through their music. John took the first musical jab with "How Do You Sleep?", a pointed track aimed at Paul, who later responded with his own song, "Too Many People." Despite the bitterness, the two eventually reconciled and moved past their conflict. Author Ian Leslie, who explored their relationship in a book, suggests that deep down, Paul and John always maintained a sense of mutual care and admiration. According to Leslie, their respect for one another as songwriters never faded, and both continued to feel the absence of their unique creative partnership. Leslie emphasized that, although they longed for the connection they once had, rekindling their old friendship wasn't easy. With both having established separate lives, families, and facing ongoing legal and business issues, on top of living in different countries, their old dynamic proved difficult to revive. Still, Leslie believed the two were gradually working toward rebuilding their bond and possibly even collaborating again. Tragically, John was killed not long after they had begun reconnecting. Had John lived, Leslie thinks there was a chance the duo might have collaborated once more. However, he doubts they could have regained the effortless chemistry they once shared, explaining that their creative closeness had been forged during their youth, touring and recording constantly as the Beatles, an experience that couldn't be replicated. He also pointed out that their choice to address one another through music made sense, given that both artists were known for expressing their emotions through songwriting. That emotional transparency is part of what made their music resonate so deeply with fans. As they were no longer in constant contact after the breakup, music became their primary mode of communication. When either had something to say to the other, they said it through their songs. Following the split, both were filled with frustration, disappointment, and anger toward one another, each partially blaming the other for the band's demise. Those emotions, Leslie noted, inevitably made their way into their lyrics,